Hey, AfterBuzzers and Floribama Shore fans, we are here with the beautiful and our personal favorite, Candace. We cannot wait to break down the last couple of episodes with her and also get the real inside scoop of what happened between her and Kodi. You won't want to miss it, so stick around.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz.
What's up, guys? I'm so happy to be here with the beautiful Candace.
Aw, hey. You are seriously our favorite, and we always say how you are the voice of reason in the house, and we just we're so ecstatic when you said you could come in. Thank you so much for being here tonight.
Of course.
And you're an AfterBuzzer alumni.
Yes, I am an AfterBuzzer. I used to be here in this room hosting shows right along with y'all. So, yeah. It's good to be back. It's so good to be back.
Oh my gosh. Well, we love having you here. You have such a great energy. So let's just introduce our lovely panel. So all the way to my left, I've got the CJ Walker.
What's up, guys? I'm back again.
We're back. It's been a while. We were just talking about the show's been off for a couple weeks. We're really sorry for the delay. We've been meaning to get these shows up, but we are excited. And I'm your host, Ally Nasta. And we just want to jump right on into it. But first of all, Candace, what you been up to? What's going on for you, girlfriend?
So I live here in Los Angeles. And let's see what's been going on. Like, it's been really cool. Like, the show is off the air right now. Mm-hmm. So we're just kind of like in the waiting period to see if we're going to get a season 3. And I launched my business. It's an organic skincare company.
Nice. Yeah, I saw that on your social media.
It's called Whip Appeal. It's bomb. It's all formulas, everything made by me. So, you know, I launched that about 3.5 weeks ago. So,
well, congrats.
Yeah,
where can they find this? All the viewers if they're listening.
So you can find it on Instagram at @WhipAppealBeauty. Okay. And then also the website is www.whipappealbeauty.com. And I'm working on getting it inside stores. It's such a long process, but we're gonna get there. So we're starting with smaller organic stores, and we're gonna move our way up to hopefully like the Walgreens is in the city.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Well, cheers to that.
Thank you.
So excited.
Cheers.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, we got our little alcohol
drink. We wish we had some Hennessy to offer you, but unfortunately I dropped the ball on that one.
Yeah, right when she walked in, she was like, "So where's the Hennessy? Where's the Coke?" I was like, "She's exactly how I imagined."
Yeah.
I obviously would love. I want to ask more questions about you and what's going on. But let's get into the last couple episodes and kind of what went down. We've got Courtney and Carrie. They're simulating some sort of what looks like could be a relationship, but then they kind of dropped off, didn't really mention where Carrie would be now. But also on Instagram throughout the show, Courtney had been posting about another guy, so obviously I assume just nothing fizzled out with Carrie.
Yeah.
You being in the house, Candace, was this more kind of seems like just like a friendship and it was just kind of a filler guy to kind of help her get over all what had happened?
I think Carrie was just kind of like a guy for just for Courtney. Like, Courtney's the youngest out of all of us. So she's still kind of like, you know, dipping and dabbling, figuring things out, figuring out what she likes, who she likes, things like that. And so coming out of the whole thing with Logan, it's just kind of like Carrie was a really big, you know, breath of fresh air. So yeah, no, I think that was just kind of like a thing that she was doing. You know, she's just dating around. She's single. I don't know if she's single now. I haven't talked to Courtney in a while, but you know, I think she's just kind of dating, doing her thing. So it's like, if you see her with somebody, she might be with him, she might not. We never know.
And where did he come from? Did she like find him at a bar or like?
I don't remember. God.
From what it sounded like, they had known each other because she said something about them. She knew his ex or something and knew that they had been broken up, and so they kind of rekindled something.
Girl,
it was like a friendship.
Wow.
something like that. But yeah, I mean, it was really nice to see Courtney end this season on a happy note. Yeah. Because there's been so many cliffhangers for her. So I was happy that she was just, you know, having fun, being herself, hanging out with someone respectful.
Personally, I'm happy that she's happy, but like for me, being a viewer, I kind of wanted to see like the drama and her keep going on, like getting in a fight with the first guy. And,
with Logan?
Well, yeah, with him, but also
Lord.
like I wanted to see like something happen between her and Carrie. So,
like a thing? Like
no, like something dramatic, like bad.
I was so happy for Courtney to finally not have drama in the situation. I was like, girl, thank goodness.
Like-
you found someone a little normal because I was worried for a little bit.
I just love drama, so.
Yeah.
That's why.
Well, there was no lack of drama, obviously, in these
Lord.
past couple episodes. And one of the biggest pieces of drama that kind of lasted the last 4 were Amy in this fight. And I think this was just so awful to watch go down because she's kind of been battling, like, the past 2 seasons, she was battling with, like, trying to control certain anger. Like, everybody gets in fights, too.
Right.
And the entire house has gotten in a fight one time or the other, and it just kind of sucked that this happened to be the wrong person to whatever might have happened.
I know, right? Like, it's the South. Everybody get into bar fights. That's normal. That's normally how you end the night.
I feel like that girl was just trying to, like, get her, like, 15 minutes of fame off of you guys.
Yeah, and then it's another thing of just kind of like, she saw the fact that we were on the show. She was a Panama City Beach local. So she knew we was in our 2nd season. And so for whatever reason, people think that we're just because we're on TV, like, we're making millions of dollars. That is not true. So I think she saw, like, an opportunity to be able to, like, get some money or, like, a come up or something from a reality TV person. I'm like, yo, no.
She's like one of those ladies who, like, goes and slips at Walmart and say, "Oh, I broke my neck."
Yeah.
Right. Walmart got the money to pay you, okay? Amy don't.
Well, what was crazy too is that Courtney's mom was saying that she had seen on Facebook this girl was posting post after post about, like, craziness, and there was, like, just, like, about her kind of revving up what was the situation was and making it more than it's needed to be, and then also how she had posted a picture before and after with her nose, and it had looked the same.
Yeah.
This
Which
is
was
what
crazy.
us millennials like to call clout chasing. No.
It was crazy. I
No.
just kind of hearing all the bits and pieces of this, it just kind of was a terrible situation to be involved in. But in my head, I'm thinking, but we have the footage to back Amy up, right? So,
Yeah.
like, isn't this something that as soon as maybe they're able to present this to the court or whatever it may be, it should be an easy throw out? That was my thoughts.
But in the footage, from what I saw on TV, you couldn't really tell, like, what exactly, like, if
Because
they
she, like,
connected.
reaches over the
Yeah, and you
security
couldn't
guard.
really tell on the show. So,
Yeah.
Like, from a viewer, I
don't
wouldn't
know.
Yeah, I don't know.
And that was something that I was, and it's you weren't even there that night.
I
'cause
wasn't.
You were,
I was on my date with Kodi, so
Yeah.
I didn't even see, like, what happened. But to be honest with you, like, I don't really think that girl's nose is not broken.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
think that either.
it seemed like from the, like, and also from the way that Amy kind of, like, she had to, like, basically go over the security guard, and I feel like as soon as she swung the security guard, that's when they, like, grabbed her back. So for us, it was really hard to understand. But at the same time, you're thinking, to be able to break a nose, you had to have a lot of force going into that punch.
It takes
And
9 pounds of force to break somebody's nose.
which is
Did you look that up?
Oh no, I've always known it. This is like,
Did you tell Nilsa that when she
random
thought-
facts of Candace? I just think that's all. It's like she just saw opportunity.
Yeah.
And, you know.
Yeah, and there's been so many more, like, worse bar fights that happened throughout the whole series.
In Memphis, normally it's gunshots, people throwing chairs over people's heads. You get busted in the head with a bottle. Like,
Yeah, like-
people be in concussions. Like,
And nothing.
for her to sue because of that, girl, you not from the South.
It was crazy. But I just wish Amy all the best because it didn't seem, it was not fair considering the circumstances of
It
what had
wasn't.
happened.
It wasn't.
And she was clearly egging it, not Amy, but the other girl was egging on the situation.
She was calling Nilsa a slut. Like,
Yeah.
what?
And
And
where did
saying,
that
like-
even come from?
Yeah, and she was, like, trying to say that you guys were, like, making Panama City look bad. Like,
Yeah.
Panama City already looks bad.
I can't look.
Like,
I won't speak on
No
anything.
comment.
No comment.
no comment.
Man, well, we're here for Amy. We support her, and hopefully all is well in her world. But we want to give you guys a special thank you to all of the viewers listening, commenting, involving yourselves in our conversation, and being our 3rd or 4th co-host. Before we move on to our next topic, we just want to say, again, thank you so much for letting us be the ESPN of TV talk. For us to continue and grow, we could use your help. If you're on YouTube right now, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. And if you're on iTunes, please give us a 5-star rating. But no matter where you are, leave us a comment so you can get involved in the conversation. Being a part of AfterBuzz TV has meant so much to all of us, and we truly, truly appreciate all of your support and letting us do what we love. Don't forget to tell your friends and keep enjoying our shows. We love you guys. And it's just so much fun to talk about some of our favorite shows all week. And of course, have amazing guests like Candace on to involve
Yes.
ourselves. So thank you guys.
That was awesome. You killed that.
Thank you. Moving on to other fun triangle drama situations.
Drama.
Okay. So this whole Gus, Nilsa, and Josh situation irked my nerves. I don't know if anybody else was feeling that way. You were in the house.
Yeah, I lived in it. You know what I'm saying?
The whole Gus and Nilsa situation throughout the season just irked my nerves because they dragged it on so long. I don't know if it actually happened like that in the house.
It did.
Yeah. But it seemed like they were just stretching it, and I was just getting tired. I wanted to see like other people's stories, other people's drama.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the question?
No, we were just I think he was just saying that like we wish we could have seen more.
I mean, you know, Gus and Nilsa, they both attractive people. So I just think that like it was like nice looking to just kind of like see them together. Like I watched them have sex. So, you know, like it's just kind of like, you know, they're a nice looking couple, you know, so it's like a beautiful like porn watching them together. But I mean, I think that's really what it was. It's like I think that like everybody liked it because it was like Nilsa looked good, Gus looked good, so they just look good together. You know, like peanut butter jelly in a sandwich. But then it's like I don't know, it didn't work out like that because it was kind of like peanut butter and mayo.
Yeah.
Wait, who's a mayo?
I don't know. Well, Nilsa brown, Gus white. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's the best analogy. But it's just kind of like it didn't really work once it happened. So, you know.
But then they threw some like some seasoning on there with Josh.
Yeah.
Who do you think? Who would you have rather saw Nilsa with?
Oh God.
Out of those two.
Josh, a hard question. Who would I rather see?
I mean, they both. Well, one is like kind of you know them, they're your friend, you've known them for a while. The other one is loud. That's what I got.
I would say she don't need to be with neither one of them.
Yeah.
But I would say that if I had to pick, I would say probably Gus, only because I don't think. Because Gus did tell her that, like, you know, like, he didn't want to have anything serious. Yeah. And then I just feel like, after I heard the conversation with, like, Josh, when he was just, like, told her to shave it up or something like that, I was like, wow, wowzers. So, I was like, dang, that's kind of, like, I would hate if somebody talked about, you know, me and my private parts like that.
Was he just joking?
He probably was just joking. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how dudes talk. But.
Right. Well, that's exactly what I was thinking. I literally wrote down how I just did not appreciate those comments at all. And I think that if you know you're on television, you know how your words could come across. Obviously, you're a little drunk or whatever. But I felt like his cockiness was so overpowering in that scene. And the fact that he's telling all of the other people in the house that are supposed to have loyalty to Nilsa about this. I mean, obviously, he feels like his brother has more loyalty. But even Kirk was like, dude, like, what are you even saying right now? Like, this is ridiculous.
I feel like there's something in that blood. I forgot their last name because they both have it, Jeremiah and Josh. There's something in there that has how can I say this nicely? Like, D-bag in there.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Well, I don't want to be, like, whatever it is, like, being on his level, but I just think that was just not appropriate to say, and especially because what you expected in the outcome and saying those, like, things about Nilsa and then expecting her to just jump on it. I was so freaking happy when she didn't. Yeah. When she just luckily did not go towards Josh or to Gus, and she was able to kind of end the night, end the house, end the summer with like a positive note. That was really
I was
exciting.
really proud of her for that. Because, you know, I left, so I wasn't there when Josh came.
Yeah.
So, I actually saw that happen, like, you know, as the rest of America was watching it. And so when I watched it, I left early to go to my brother's graduation. So, like, I saw that and I was like, you know, I'm really proud of Nilsa for just, like, you know, taking control of her emotions and just, like, you know, not letting the situation get the best of her. Because I know me, I probably would have, like, snapped.
Yeah, well, I can't even imagine having two people that, because she does, like, Nilsa, you can tell, when she feels with her full heart, her whole heart. And I think deeply at either moment, whenever she's felt for Gus or she's felt for Josh, like, she felt for them. Yeah. And so I think I can't even imagine being in her shoes and kind of having them both there and kind of buddy up and seem like they're against you in a sense. But yeah, that just would be ridiculously hard.
Also, she might have liked it because they were both giving her attention. And Nilsa isn't a stranger to attention.
I don't know. know. I don't know. It's so hard to say because I wasn't there during that. Like, it, like, really got juicy when I left. Like,
it did get juicy. Something that I found really interesting was what they mentioned on the after show, and I thought it was funny because Nilsa just openly was like, yep, I did this. She talked about how, so Josh and Gus are apparently roommates. And she mentioned how, I guess she hooked up with Josh after the show.
While Gus was there.
I know, Gus was gone. And Gus was like, I guess you could have stayed in my bed or something. So, I don't know. It was just interesting because it kind of made me think like, like what's happening now with all of that? And then Gus also mentioned that he never really wants to close the door on Nilsa.
Yeah, I can see that. I could kind of tell that through the show.
It's the puppy dog eyes she has when she gets drunk. They're very they'll reel you in. Yeah, they'll reel you in. It doesn't matter. Yeah. It doesn't matter like how you felt about it before. When she gets drunk and she has them eyes, she's like this look of just like like it'll reel you in. It don't matter who you are.
But what made her keep going back to Gus?
I think it's the fact that, we live in a house together. There weren't many other options.
Yeah.
And then also, I think it's the fact that, there was some sexual chemistry there. So, if you cute, he cute, both of y'all are just like, y'all got this energy and this vibe going on. I think that it was just kind of almost expected for her to go for Gus. And I think that, I don't think Gus is a bad dude. I think that, like, he showed the type of person he could be season 1 when he took her out on the date. But unfortunately at the time, she was still finalizing her divorce. Yeah. So, like, it was just kind of like...
timing wasn't
good
right.
move, bad timing. But I think that, I think that she has a thing for him.
I have this theory that I think Gus wants to, kind of live out what's going on right now. Obviously, he's been in Floribama. He's now on the challenge. He has a lot going with his fitness business and everything. So I kind of have a feeling that as soon as like things like that die down for him, it's one of those things where you don't realize what was in front of you at the moment. Right. And I just have this theory that he's going to go after her and they're going to end up together.
Like
I don't know why.
He's going to go running, slow motion.
Yeah.
And
Lord. Because I just feel like there is this weird chemistry besides just sexual tension that we see on camera. But I don't know. Who knows? Because it's like teeter-totter. Like when Gus wanted Nilsa, Nilsa didn't want Gus. When Nilsa wanted Gus, Gus didn't want Nilsa. It was just like, it's always like that. So maybe one time the timing will be perfect.
Maybe they'll be together season 3. I don't know. Ain't nobody told me nothing.
Well, right. Is Gus will he be back if there's a season 3?
We don't know, but...
Because I remember at the end of this past season...
Yeah, he said he wasn't. He may or may not come back. I don't know. He might.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I got to wait to season 2. Like, I don't know. He might. He should.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he would because... he wouldn't have gone to the challenge.
Right.
So,
yeah, I think he was dealing with a lot in his mind, and I think the show kind of played that up on the previews a little bit more. Like they kept repeating what he was saying.
Yeah.
So I think that they were playing that up to be more of like a cliffhanger, I guess.
Yeah.
But I think he would. For what it seems like, it's like he just needs to figure it out, and maybe stepping away from the house a little bit will make him realize how much he misses everybody, how much he wants to come back. So I think he just needs some time away.
And that's how it is in the house. Like, we are there for so long, and
how long
we don't. So last time, season 2, we filmed for 75 days.
Oh wow.
So I got out at 70. But no, like.
So like a whole summer.
Literally. So I think that like, we live in the house, like we get tired of each other because we have no technology, everything else. It was like we have just each other and alcohol and partying. So it's like that gets stressful. But then I think that like when we come out the house, things like that, like, it's like, oh, okay, you do kind of miss the people that you was like partying with because you do build those special bonds where you build bonds with people without having the distractions of the outside world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, well, back to like Gus and Nilsa's relationship. Do you want to see them together, or do you want them to like find different people and just like completely?
Oh goodness,
for the sake of next summer, if it happens.
It was so much going on with them in the house, like. I just really think that they should find different people.
Yeah.
And if it's divinely meant to be, then, it'll happen.
Yeah.
Just not in the beach house.
Yeah.
Not in the beach house. Because that was a lot. You got Nilsa throwing herself at him when he drunk. He's like, nah, but then he'll be like, yeah, then they having sex. It's just like, it's too much.
And it changed like the dynamic of the house, I guess? Or did you guys just like not even...
Not really. I don't think it changed the whole dynamic of the house, only because like, I mean...
Like if they would fight or something, would like the whole house just be like
up in arms.
choose a side.
No, because the dudes was telling Gus, okay, to stop, and we were telling Nilsa, the girls were telling Nilsa to stop. So we was like, we were taking our gender side,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
You know, just because, you know, I come from the perspective of being a chick throwing herself at somebody that really don't want me to, and then, you know, every dude has had that weak girl that they go for that they know they ain't supposed to be going for, but you know, it's just like, your dick get hard, and so you do what you gotta do.
Yeah. Man, yeah, it is definitely a push and pull, but I think you're right. I think for the sake of, hopefully, fingers crossed, there's a season 3 and next summer, then maybe they can find other people going to the house, kind of having a fresh start and everything.
What do you want? Do you want them to do that? To split up or find other people?
I think for the sake of like watching it on television, I would like them to split up. I was just saying that I think once everything dies down, like maybe later on down the road, they would get back together, but that's outside of a TV show. Like that's like, I think that they both deserve what they want, and Nilsa definitely deserves to be treated like a princess or a queen, and Gus just wasn't doing that, and I don't like the belittling that was happening sometimes. And like, of course she was like begging for him, but it's like when she doesn't even know what's happening because everybody's drunk and everything. So, but I don't know. I guess I want them to just be happy and find happiness. So
That's
hopefully,
my thing. I just want them both to be happy.
Yeah.
Just don't come in the beach house with no extra BS.
Yeah.
Just be happy. Whether it's together, separate, whether y'all go gay, I don't care. Just be happy.
You know who I want to be happy? Is you. Because I'm changing the subject to now we're going to talk about the beloved Candace and Kodi, quote unquote, I'm using air quotes if you're listening on the podcast, relationship. Okay.
Her face right now is just like, all right, we're doing
I
this.
have to ask you. So everybody in the, okay, so from what my understanding as a viewer, Kodi asked you out to prove to you what you deserved in a relationship, to prove that you, like, what it's like to have a gentleman take you out.
Right.
But then somehow the wheels were, like, changed a little, and it was more to the tune of Kodi and Candace like each other. Can you explain it from your perspective, like, what actually went down?
So, pretty much, like, Kodi asked me on a date at the beginning of the summer. I was drunk, as I explained on the after show, and so I was like, yeah, okay, cool. But then I told Gator about it. Gator was like, nah, you ain't going on a date with another dude. So I was like, all right, Kodi can't go on no date. So me and Gator ended up breaking up. So Kodi's father comes up to me and he's just like, oh, well, would you give him a chance if he asked? And I was like, yeah, I would. I would give anybody a chance. Like anybody that I feel like is decent and genuine, which I think that Kodi is a decent and genuine guy. Yes, I will give him a chance. That doesn't mean that there was chemistry there. I didn't know because I had been looking at Kodi as like my friend the whole entire summer. Like Kodi has been my friend. And then from my understanding, Kodi liked Amy. So Kodi has been wanting to get with Amy for the longest time. So it's just kind of like, and then the way he treats Amy, you know, like Amy tells him what to do, he goes and do it. Like Amy could tell Kodi to suck her big toe, he'll do it. So it's just kind of like, from my understanding, I'm thinking that Kodi still has like a low key thing for Amy. So, you know, we go on our date. Our date is good. Our date is cool. Ended off on a good note. I didn't know where it was supposed to go after that. So yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah. So that's great. So it was like starting from, you kind of like washed away, okay, that was in the past, that was a friendship. Let me start fresh and see where this can go.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought, because I was just kind of confused from like the way that it was like in the beginning construed to where the house was like, oh no, they like each other. So thank you so much for that clarification.
No, I mean, like, we're like, me and Kodi have always been friends. Like, he's always been like my dance partner and stuff like that. Like, he's a good turn up buddy. Like, if nobody else will take a shot with me at 11 o'clock in the morning, Kodi will. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, he's such a good friend. He's such a good turn-up buddy. All this other stuff is just kind of like, I was looking at him as my friend, and I thought he had a thing for Amy. But even though he asked me on a date, I still was going to give him a chance.
Right.
But my whole thing where I was coming from the after show was that I felt like Kodi prefers Amy. It's just like Amy told him no, so he's going to go for Candace. And I was like, no.
Yeah, and that kind of, if you didn't watch the after show, Candace seemed a little frustrated because she was like, I'm not going to be your second choice. Yeah. In a sense. And so kind of after the kiss and everything, are you still thinking, like when he comes and runs after, are you kind of still thinking, but like, I'm still his second choice?
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. Like, I was just like, oh, this is really cute, this is great, but I still think that I am his second choice because guys like Kodi is not Amy's type, but Kodi wanted Amy. It's just like Kodi's not Amy's type.
Yeah.
So, it was just kind of like, okay, well, he kind of slightly got rejected. So, Amy put him in the friend zone. So he's like, okay, well, now I'm going to go for you. And he said that in a taxi. So he was just like, it wasn't air, but he was just kind of like, I was like, you like Amy. And he was just like, well, Amy doesn't want me, so now I'm going for you. And I was like, okay.
And was this on the taxi ride to your date or from your date?
No, this wasn't on the date. This was just like sometime in the middle of the summer.
Okay.
Like, we was all in the taxi.
Yeah.
We were all drunk, everything else. So it was just kind of like that. I was like, okay, well, he still has like a thing for Amy, and I could just kind of tell how, like how he treats her and things like that. Like, any guy that has ever liked me in the past has not shown interest towards my friends. Mm-hmm. So that's my
tricky
thing.
So where do you guys stand now, you and Kodi?
Kodi's cool. Like, I FaceTimed him last week. We were just talking about the details of the show. I have no problem with Kodi. Everybody asks me on social media all the time, like, what are you and Kodi? What are y'all doing? Are y'all a thing? And it's just kind of like, no, me and Kodi, we are good friends. So
there's no romantic feelings right now?
No, not right now. There's no romantic feelings. Like, we went on one date. And, I think everybody can identify with it. Like, everybody has went on one date just to try to see what happens. But what happens in the Floribama house is that when you go on a date, everybody tries to immediately make y'all get married.
Yeah.
When you go on one date.
Yeah.
So it's just like, oh, you go on a date. And I thought that was interesting because it was like, if people remember from season 1, Courtney went on a date with Jeremiah and no one tried to like marry them together. Yeah. But it was just like, when me and Kodi go out, all of a sudden, like, we got to get married, we got to have kids, we got to get our lives together, we got to buy a house.
You
like,
already met the family.
Yeah, like, we got to like meet families. I was like, y'all, it was one date. It was great. Cody's a great guy, but it takes a whole lot more than that before you decide that you want to be with somebody. And I think Nilsa and Gus can agree with it.
Yeah.
Have you guys gone on a date after the show?
Have we gone on a date after the show? I mean, like, he hasn't tried to actively pursue me after the show, no. We went, so when we were in New York, we've done like stuff in New York where we were doing stuff like for the show, like press stuff. We all go out, and me and Kodi went out. We went out in Times Square, and it was on Insta Story. We like went and did karaoke at this bar called Tonic. Shout out to Times Square, New York. You know what I'm saying? They be up all hours of the night. Me and Kodi didn't want to go home, so like Gus and everybody else wanted to go back to the hotel, so we all went out together. But it's also like Amy and Jeremiah have went out together. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When the rest of everybody else wanted to go back to the hotel, and then they wanted to stay out, so they went out together. It's like,
it's a push and pull. Like, whatever people want to say, they're going to say.
It's like everybody wants to see me and Kodi together, and it's like, I'm always going to be the villain because I don't want anything right now with anybody. And
no, that's fair.
They're always going to be like, oh, well, Candace is treating Kodi bad or something like that, just because I prefer to be somebody's first option.
Oh. And you deserve that.
Every woman deserves that, but for some reason, like, I got so much crap online because of the after show or whatever, because I felt like I should be, like, it was stupid of me to think that I should be somebody's first choice.
No.
Yeah. So it was it was crazy.
I am gonna like push those haters down. That is not fair. Because, and especially if you're in that situation too, and you kind of know how the house works, that is unlike any other situation. No one can ever be in your shoes. Yeah. And like you're mentioning, you are kind of cut off from the entire world, no social media, anything like that. So you're kind of subject to the people in the house. So like, yeah, you can go on dates and everything. But if you know from, to explore a relationship and then realize, you know what, this just feels icky because I wasn't his first choice. And I can tell that. That is your own opinion, and that's not fair. I believe, Candace, you deserve the best in the world. And I just have to ask you, you went through a lot this season, and you really opened up, and I feel like sometimes too it wasn't fair how we didn't give you enough time to like you just had to hop back on that horse and just like forget about it. Yeah. And I just want to say, first of all, kudos to you because you pulled it out like a champ and you're amazing.
Thank you.
But where are you now? Obviously you're saying you're not dating right now. Where are you kind of in after putting those relationships behind you? Where do you stand now?
So right now, because Sorry. It's the beer. Sorry, let me clear my throat. All right, let me gargle some beer. All right. So, as of right now, like, you mean as far as, like, dating?
Yeah.
So, right now, I'm just kind of doing my own thing. Like, the thing is that I have a business now.
Yeah.
Which I'm focusing really heavy on. Like, for me to be able to get my business where I want it to be, it takes so much focus. I'm self-financing it. I don't have any investors. So it's like, that's been my main focus for right now. So while I'm waiting to hear back on things from season 3, because, you know, once we find out about season 3, we have to go off and film too.
Right.
It's really honestly hard to have a relationship because once we go off and film, we turn in our cell phones and we're in a house for however long, you know, the network says we have to stay in the house.
Yeah.
So
They take your
that's
phones?
yes, they do. You have no phones, no phones, no distractions, no IG. So, yeah, like they take your phones and things like that. So it's hard to have a relationship unless you want that relationship to be a part of the Shore House.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I want a relationship to be a part of the Shore House because I kind of see how Nilsa and Gus like kaboom blew up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like. Everything is magnified when it's like on TV and in the house, so it's like it's crazy.
Yes, because you have no other drama to focus on either. It's like one
No
thing
other
goes wrong,
drama.
you're like, woohoo!
No other drama. So when one thing happened, they put all their energy and they sink their teeth into it. They like, oh, let's take this and make it magnified.
Yeah.
So has anyone else, any other cast members besides Nilsa and Gus, like hooked up?
Hooked up. Let me see. No.
No.
Mm-mm. No, it's really just been Nilsa and Gus, but I also think that like one of the reasons why a whole bunch of us like don't hook up together is because we all come. I think like all of our personalities are strong.
Yeah.
So it's like, and then Kirk has a girlfriend.
Right.
So obviously Kirk is not gonna hook up with nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Cody has tried me and Amy and Nilsa.
When he tried Nilsa.
Well, I mean, he flirts with Nilsa.
Yeah.
He's a flirt, so he flirts with like all the girls. And then, you know, Courtney has her thing. Courtney has her types. Like, she typically likes
What's her
people.
type? Because they like.
We don't know. We don't know what Courtney's type is yet. We still trying to figure that out. Courtney likes some young like Logan up until the old is, grandmother. So we don't know. We haven't figured it out yet. It can go between the ages of 18 to 75, male or female. So, you know, y'all tell me. I have no idea what Courtney's type is.
Yeah.
Courtney's a lover. I think that if you have eyes and a mouth and, you know, if you give her
I'm
attention
dead.
and love, I think she's just going to love you back.
Yeah.
So it just depends on who's in line to love her too. You know what I'm saying? You might get your chance, you might not.
And Jeremiah?
I don't really know much about Jeremiah and Gus. I'm not super close with them outside the show, so I'm not too sure, like, you know, what's their whole thing.
Okay. Cool.
Man, I am just so happy to have had you here today. You are amazing. You are doing such amazing things too outside of the show. And
Thank you.
if I could tell you anything, I just wanted you to know you deserve a freaking king to treat you like a queen.
Oh, thank you.
Because
Thank you.
watching this season, it just was like, it was breaking my heart. And I just want you to know that you deserve the world.
Thank you.
Because you're amazing. Well, any last questions before we have to wrap this thing up, that you want to talk
Go
about,
ahead.
CJ?
You got 2 minutes. Ask me whatever you want to
Let's
ask
see.
me.
So in the house, how were you guys like drunk every single day? I have just like random questions. He
wants to know.
Yeah.
The
These are just
biggest
questions.
alcoholic in the house was me and Kodi.
Okay.
That was
Really?
what we bonded so much
It
because
didn't seem like that,
it
though.
doesn't seem like that's because I'm the container. I still act like a lady even though I'm like I can't see. But no, yeah, like it was we wasn't drunk like every single day, but I mean like some of us just it was like a vacation for us.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
me, when I go back season 3 after like working so hard on my business, it's really gonna be a vacation for me. So I'm drinking in the morning,
Right.
in the noon, in the afternoons, in the wee hours of the morning. Like I'm gonna be drunk all of season 3, just to let y'all know, in case anybody was wondering, I'm gonna be drunk all season 3. Okay, so put that out there. But no, like everybody was not drunk every day. Like it was mainly me and Cody.
I have a random question about groceries. Do you guys go grocery shopping or do the producers go?
We go grocery shopping, and it's very interesting. It's a very interesting experience, but that is not a part of the show. That's like one of those things that was not in. But yes, we actually go grocery shopping. We go to like this little hood grocery store in Panama City Beach. It's like the one place that allows us to film there, and so we have to get like all of these foods and quick funny stories. So you guys know like the little peanut butter and jellies, little Smackers ones.
Yeah.
Okay, they don't have that because it's a name brand. So like I used to have to be on my best behavior so I can get the little Smackers peanut butters from production because I love them, but they didn't have them at the grocery store. And could you imagine like 75 days without getting those little things? So I used to have to like beg production because they had them because they were allowed to go to Walmart.
Could you not just make a PB&J?
Huh?
Could you
but
not
they're
just
good.
make
They're like
it?
sealed.
I wanted them because they were already made.
Yeah, and they're like sealed around the corners.
I know. They're like little peanut butter jelly pies.
Yeah.
Okay, and then so who cleans up the house? Who's messiest and who's the cleanest?
So who cleans the most? Jeremiah, Gus. Yeah, probably Jeremiah. He was the one that was always cleaning. Cody's pretty clean. The messiest was probably like Courtney. Yeah, Courtney. Amy clothes used to be everywhere. Nilsa had a whole just a whole bunch of stuff, shoes, everything. Like all of Fashion Nova was in the house, so we had the whole inventory like in the house. So
That's
yeah.
funny.
All right.
I love it.
One last question. What was your favorite memory so far throughout seasons 1 and seasons 2 of filming?
Oh my
Great
God,
question.
Cabo. When we went to Cabo, that was absolutely incredible. Like that was one of those experiences we didn't even like recognize that we didn't have a cell phone because we had so much fun. Like
amazing.
Cabo was amazing. That was the first time. No, it wasn't the first time I had been out the country, but it was like the first time I had really. I mean, I went to Canada. Okay,
Yeah.
it counts. It counts. I mean, yeah, it does count. Yeah, it counts. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it was so beautiful. Oh my gosh. Like, I want to go back to Cabo.
Wait, and
awesome.
actually, one quick question to piggyback off of that. I was wondering, did you guys book that yourselves, or is that something that production's like, hey, we're going to Cabo?
That was more so something of like,
Or are you allowed to say that?
yeah, I mean, I don't want to give to.
Oh, you don't have to. If you don't want to,
like,
that's okay.
I mean, obviously, it's a show, but
Yeah.
like, it's planned, but it's like, we worked. We paid for that.
Yeah.
We did. We worked hard. I slanged them hot dogs.
Yeah,
For that Cabo
you
trip. You know what I'm saying? I put my relish on, my sauerkraut. I earned my Cabo trip.
Yeah. Wait, and how many hours do you guys work in a day? Like 8 hours, or is it like 6?
Typical work day.
Typical work day.
You're getting a little too personal.
I'm sorry.
Typical
Man.
work day, 9 to 5, slanging hot dogs.
Slinging hot dogs. Oh my gosh. Candace,
Shore
you
dogs.
are amazing. Thank you so much for coming in. In the meantime, where can they find you on social media, and where can they find your fun skincare products?
So I am at This Is Candace Renee on Instagram. I used to be, everybody knows me as Pimpfriedrice, but I had to change it because my agent said I had to. I am at This Is Candace Renee on Instagram, and then for my products, if you find my Instagram page, you will find the website, but that is at Whip Appeal Beauty.
Amazing.
Awesome.
CJ, where can they find you?
What's up, guys? CJ Walker. You can find me everywhere at ICJ Walker, even on YouTube because I'm a YouTuber.
Hey guys, Ally Nasta here. Find me on Instagram at AllieGirl. And of course, follow AfterBuzz TV on all social media platforms. And hopefully, let's cross our fingers for a season 3 of Floribama. And again, thank you to Candace for coming in today.
Yes, thank
We'll see you hopefully next season.
See
Bye,
you
guys.
guys.
Hopefully. Bye, y'all.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.